Attention, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here with Theodora, with Carabo, with Mercy, with Andy Sua, with Nombolelo, with Anastasia, with Andy, with Paxley. Please, on a scale from 0 to 10, how is my audio? Mainly my audio. And welcome to the Black Belt Week. It's a pleasure to have you all here, and I feel very confident that this session, in fact, these sessions, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, will make you a better professional. I feel very confident that the tools and techniques that you will be learning for root cause analysis will make you more knowledgeable, will make you more employable, will make you more desired by companies. Okay, so I'm glad to know that the quality of the audio is good. If possible, please type here for me from where are you taking this course? From where are you taking this training? Type here. So we have Kenya, we have South Africa. Okay, South Africa again. We have Mauritius, we have Namibia, we have Botswana, we have Kenya again, we have Dubai. Wonderful, excellent, amazing. From 0 to 10, where are you in terms of root cause analysis? When I say problems have a root cause and there are tools and techniques to find those root causes, where are you from 0 to 10? If you don't know nothing about root cause, type 0. Or maybe you are a master in terms of root cause analysis, then you type 10. So I see 5, 3, I see a 10, I see zeros, I see 5, 6. Wonderful, excellent. Regardless if you have some knowledge about root cause or if you are starting from scratch, I truly believe that by learning the tools and techniques that I'll be presenting here, you will become more employable. At the end of the day, my main objective here with you is that you apply for jobs with higher chances to be approved, that you can apply for more job offers, that you can get a promotion in the company where you are working for right now, or maybe you are looking for an opportunity to go back to market, or maybe you are looking for an opportunity of an internship program, or maybe you are a president, you are a CEO of a company, and you want to understand better how the root cause analysis are being performed in your company. So see that the range in terms of applicability of root cause analysis, the range is huge. So I want to ask you if it is clear that I'll be teaching some technical tools and techniques, but at the end of the day, our objective here is that your employability goes up, that you become more desirable by companies. Type clear if this is clear for you. Yeah? Type clear if this is clear for you. Yes? Amazing. Wonderful, excellent. Let me change the position of the mic, of the microphone. Let me see if the audio is better. Is my audio better for you? Yeah? Is it better? Wonderful, excellent. And so I truly recommend that you have pen and paper. I truly recommend that you have pen and paper. If you like to take notes on your computer, on your cell phone, that's okay. But I truly recommend that you have pen and paper, and then you can take notes, you can internalize the concepts, and obviously you can start applying. Yes, you can start applying tomorrow. I know we have many participants from Africa, so I know it's night for you already, and so you can learn these tools today, and tomorrow you can start applying. Yes, so take a look here. Suzuki, you may say that things happen just by chance, but I don't feel that way. On a continuous improvement point of view, nothing happens by chance. Nothing is random. There is always some some factor, at least one factor that explains our response, explains why a problem is happening, okay? And then it's our work, our job to find these X or these X's. Yes, Nassim Taleb, while in theory randomness is an intrinsic property, in practice, randomness is incomplete information. Whoa. Meaning, if you classify a process or a phenomena as something happening randomly, probably you are lacking information, you are missing information. Yes, and once again, there are tools and techniques for that. This is by far one of the most important slides of our course. Take a look here. This is by far. So there are three different frameworks for root cause analysis depending on the complexity of the problem. So we will be exploring these three frameworks, one for what we call problems with low complexity, and low complexity in a sense of we have strong hypotheses about the problem, or we already know the causes of the problems, okay? Medium, we have hypotheses but not necessarily strong hypotheses. And problems that we consider high complex problems are the problems that we call chronic problems, systemic problems, problems where we simply have no clue about the root causes. We have no clue. We have no idea. We have no idea about the root causes, okay? And where can we find opportunities to apply root cause tools? Is there one specific industry? Is this only for manufacturing? Is this only for service? Is this for automotive sector, for pharmaceutical industry? Is this for banking? Is this for insurance company? Where can we find opportunities to apply root cause analysis tools? Where do you guys think we can find opportunities to apply root cause analysis tools? Where? Type here in our chat window. Guys, once again, from 0 to 10, how is my audio? I see there is one or two people saying that the audio is low, but it may be your cell phone, okay? From 0 to 10, how is my audio? Yeah, the majority of the people are saying 10. There's one person saying 100. So please, use the volume in your cell phone or in your computer, okay? So where can we find opportunities to apply root cause analysis? Anywhere, everywhere, in fact, everywhere, in all industries. So this is applicable in automotive sector, yes. In pharmaceutical sector, yes. On banking companies, service, insurance, government, yes, because we have problems in this planet everywhere. Some problems, the causes are known. Some problems, the causes are unknown. Yes? And Marcelo, how is market compensating professionals that know about root cause analysis for complex problems. So see my question. How is market compensating, paying professionals that know about root cause analysis for complex problems? Anyone knows? Do you guys think market is paying well? Then I have an example for you here. If you go to Glassdoor, and find and search, for example, for black belt positions, you can easily find jobs that are paying six figures in dollars, in US dollars per year, okay? Per year. So we have Cardinal Health paying 104 per year, $1,000. Then we have Hunter Douglas, $110,000 per year. And then we have Webster Financial Corporation, more than $100,000 per year. And from a survey from my students, my black belt students, 72% of my black belt students make six figures per year, okay? So please understand me correctly. I am not saying that by mastering root cause analysis, for sure you will make six figures per year. No one can guarantee that. I cannot guarantee that. But I can tell you, if you master root cause analysis, you will be naturally, organically, obviously more relevant to the company where you work for other companies, at a level that will positively impact your income. If you are a better problem solver, it is natural that you have a better salary. Simple like that. Simple like that. So, once again, my objective here with you all is to make you knowledgeable, to make you capable of solving high complex problems so you can get a better salary. So type yes if you understood that our final objective here is to make you more knowledgeable so you can be better paid. You can be better paid. Yes? Wonderful. Excellent. Excellent. There are some positive side effects on that. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Anyone here faces some level of anxiety, maybe on Sunday night, because you don't know if your boss is happy with your work? You don't know about the fluctuations in the market. You don't know about your department, the situation of your department. Type me if you live this kind of, if you feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable, don't share. But type me if you feel sometimes anxious, on Sunday night, or normally it comes on Sunday night, right? Because market fluctuations, or maybe your department is in risk, or maybe once again your boss, you don't know, if you cannot read your boss, you don't know if your boss is happy with you or not. One positive side effect of learning root cause analysis is that you can maybe consider working as an independent consultant. Whoa. You don't need necessarily to be a full-time employee. You can be an independent consultant, as I am right now. After 20 years as a full-time employee, there are 5 years that I'm working as an independent consultant, and I regret for not taking this decision before, maybe 15 years ago. In my opinion, it took so long for me, to realize that being an independent consultant, I would have so much energy to think about my business, about my clients, about my students. So just to let you know, if you are writing down, write down as a positive side effect of running, this kind of participating of these kind of trainings is that you can be an independent consultant. So you will never have just one source of income again. If you have just one source of income right now, on a mathematical point of view, on a logical point of view, on a simple point of view, it is extremely risky. Even if you work for the best company in the world, even if you have the best boss in the planet, even if you are super happy where you are, if you have just one source of income, this is naturally risky. It is risky for you, risky for your family, risky for the people that you love. So I know maybe now it's hard to digest that, but keep in your heart, in your mind, you should diversify your professional portfolio. You definitely, on a risk management point of view, you definitely want to have multiple clients, so multiple source of income. And if you learn how to use root cause analysis tools, you can start offering your service for multinational companies, but also for SMEs, small and medium enterprises, for local businesses. The number of opportunities is insane. This is what I am doing with my life right now. I'm today in Brazil. Monday I'm flying to New York to meet a demand on a customer, and then I come back. I have a local consultancy service on a bakery on a bakery in my city. The volume of opportunities is insane. Type clear if this is clear. Yes, wonderful. Yes, let's see. It's a simple conclusion for us to make. If we have just one source of income, it is naturally risky. Yeah, naturally risky, riskier. Yeah. So, guys, I have a major in electrical engineering, post graduation in industrial engineering, master's and PhD in industrial engineering. I am a certified black belt by the American Society for Quality and a master black belt by the same organization. 5 years working for Philips, 7 years working for Delphi, 7 years working for the largest market research company in the globe, and 5 years with my own training slash consultancy firm, and I am also a partner of Minitab. Okay, I am based out of Brazil. Anyone from Brazil here, or anyone that has visited Brazil, South America? Okay, I am like 4 hours from São Paulo and 5 hours from Rio de Janeiro. Yes. As you may know, I am completely crazy about soccer. I love soccer, and I also love music. I love my food. Here in Brazil, we are crazy about cheese, for example, but in my state, we are truly crazy about cheese. And when I was a child, I had this, dream to become an international professional. I had this dream of becoming a professional that could, someday to be in these big cities and fly the world, and help other companies to solve their problems. And I had a chance to start as an electrical engineer, to go to this university. But I had a very interesting moment in my career when I was working for Philips. See, it's interesting. Philips, the TV manufacturing company from the Netherlands. I was employed. I had, let's say, a good salary, but I felt that I was not developing my potential 100%. I was not fully developing my potential. I was working on São José dos Campos, that's a city 1 hour from São Paulo. Once again, I had a good job, I had a good boss, but I felt that I was operating at 20-30% of my capacity. So I was employed, but not satisfied. Type I understand, type I understand if you understand what I'm talking about. Or if you feel like that today, or if you felt like this someday in your life. Type here for me, I understand. If you maybe you are in the very same position. I remember that I was, and nothing against Philips, don't get me wrong, Philips is an amazing company, but I was immersed, embedded into a lot of bureaucracy. If I map my work day, I would see many activities that simply did not add value. And I always had this inclination, strong inclination to problem solving. I always loved, investigation process. And then I decided talking to Márcio Azevedo, a very good friend of mine, and we had like they call República. It's like a student's house, and he was my roommate. And I was talking to Márcio. Márcio was feeling my pain, he was feeling my pain. And Márcio was one of the people that told me about becoming, for example, black belt. But he was talking about mastering root cause analysis. To make a long story short, I started studying that. And then I was able to apply a few things at Philips, at Delphi, but my major career transformation happened when I joined Nielsen's team. When I joined Nielsen's team, then I became a true investigator. Then I became a professional of my dreams when I was a child, traveling the world and helping many different companies, people from more than 50 countries to solve their problems. And if you ask me, Marcelo, what was the main element that helped in this transition from manufacturing, 5 years for Philips, 7 years for Delphi, to a service company? Market research has nothing to do with automotive sector. So how did you do this transition? For sure, this transition happened because of my black belt certification. And by the way, this is my work document, and see my name here. The cargo means position, black belt, and my salary was 15,000 reais, that is the Brazilian currency, that at that time would represent $116,000 per year. So the transformation that I'm talking about here for you guys happened in my life. And after that, I had a chance to literally travel the world, to be interviewed in on an American TV, to participate in many conferences, and also to get important certifications, and then travel to India. I had a chance to run projects in India. I had a chance to run projects in South Africa. BPI stands for Business Process Improvement, with my beautiful and lovely brothers and sisters from South Africa. I had a chance to deliver trainings in Dubai. I had a chance to deliver workshops in the United States, Poland. And if this journey worked for me, I know it can work for many other people. So if mastering root cause analysis impacted my life so positively, so positively. I know I can share. I can share those topics with more people. And that's what I am doing more frequently since 2020. Since 2020, almost 4 years, since June 2020, I am teaching online. I come here on YouTube and then I share this message with many, many people. Right now, in less than 4 years, we have more than 100,000 students. 100,000 students in 108 countries. And once again, I feel honored, I feel humbled, I feel happy to have each of you here in this journey, and I'll keep giving my 200% so this kind of transformation that happened in my life can happen in your life as well. Okay? From 0 to 10, how excited are you? Now pen and paper. Now pen and paper. So let's talk about powerful techniques to identify and validate root causes, okay? And once again, we have a framework here. We have a framework here that is very, very, very important, okay? And believe or not, I want to start with you by this piece here of the framework. Yes, I'm gonna start with the most important piece of the framework, and I'll be using here a technique named PBL, problem based learning. So if you are familiar with PBL, type here PBL for me. If you are familiar with PBL, type here PBL, problem-based learning. Okay, so yeah, it's very simple. It's there. Instead of presenting theory for you, I can start talking about Ishikawa, Kaoru Ishikawa. I can start talking about fishbone diagram, multi-voting, pairwise comparison. I can start talking about hypothesis test, how to validate root cause with two sample t, two proportions, blah, 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 blah. Vomiting a lot of, words here. But there is a very high chance that I do not connect with you guys. And there is an entire umbrella named adult learning methodologies. Active learning methodologies, it's another umbrella. They have some intersection, but it's pretty much techniques to make the explanations more practical. So if you learn it right now, if you internalize right now, you can start applying tomorrow. Okay? So type OK if you like this kind of more practical approach. Okay, let's go hands-on. So I'm gonna try to place here a problem. Yes, it's a problem with potentially unknown solutions. Okay, so there is this amazing company named Sigma Zone, and they offer these free virtual catapult online. You guys can play with that. I strongly recommend that right now you focus on my screen, okay? So let's suppose each fire costs $10,000. Whoa. Each fire costs $10,000. And our customers, they want to set a target, and then we change the parameters of the catapult, and then we reach this target. There is a margin of error plus or minus 30, yeah, but if we hit the target, then we win $100,000. Wow. And if we lose, then we have just spent $10,000. Each fire costs anyway $10,000, okay? So type clear if this is clear. For example, if I just come here and I boom fire this table tennis ball, yeah, I hope you guys can see. Let me see which number is that. What was the distance? Type here for me. What was the distance? Let me try to mark here. And we can always approximate to the closest integer. Okay, to the closest integer. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. So we can say that the ball has reached 470. That's the distance. So imagine that now my customer wants 300. My customer does not, or our customer does not want 470. So what would you do? You can change cup elevation, you can change bungee position, you can change pin elevation, you can change firing angle, you can also change release angle, you know? So what would you change, which variables, and how? That's a good question, right? Which variables? Should I change cup elevation, pin elevation, firing angle, and not only indicate for me the variables? I want you to tell me the how to set, the settings. I want the settings. So when I fire, it reaches 300. Yeah? So some people could say, oh, Marcelo, you just need to reduce cup elevation, you know? Okay, cup elevation. Let's reduce cup elevation. Yeah? And then I have plus or minus 30, 300. Yes? 300 plus or minus 30. Wow, very interesting. Very interesting. Do you guys think this is the right approach? What did I do here? It was trial and error. I was guessing. And I may be lucky. I may be lucky enough that by changing some factors from my mind, just guessing, just playing around, just trial and error, you know, I may be successful, you know, but this is not science. This is not being assertive. To be honest, this is not being professional. This is not being professional. So what I'll be teaching today for you is a sequence of steps for you on a scenario like that, where you have an output, you have a Y that is desired by a customer. How can you set your factors, your input variables, so you identify root causes? What's a root cause? It's a key factor, an important factor, a vital factor that you can change, that you can set, so you have the desired outcome. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Yes? Wonderful. So let's go for that. Let's go for that. So let's follow our framework here. And you can easily see that part of this framework here is also present in low complexity and medium complexity as Gamba walks, subject matter expert. So today I will be covering this part of the framework, okay? So the very first thing, Gamba walk. Who knows? Type I know if you know what is Gamba. Type I know if you know what is Gamba. Yeah. Gemba is a Japanese word that means workplace, workplace, or place of value. Yes, and value in a sense of transformations that promote, that create characteristics in the product or in the service that increases customer satisfaction. Value has to do with characteristics in your product or in your service that makes, yeah, your customer satisfied or increase satisfaction. Yeah, wonderful, excellent, excellent. Go to Gemba. Gemba walk means walk the process. Don't try to improve the performance in the catapult on a Zoom meeting, on a Google Meet session, on a Microsoft Teams. Are you guys following me? We don't improve processes from a meeting room. I'll say that again. We don't improve processes from a meeting room. We put our protection equipment and we go to the workplace. Manufacturing or service, we walk the office. Why? Because then you can touch the 6M's. You can touch machine, method. You can smell the process, material, manpower, people, environment, measurements. So you become closer to the truth. We are investigators. If you like root cause analysis, for sure you like Sherlock Holmes. For sure you like CSI. You like investigation, the nature of the process. So if you like investigation, you need to stand up and go walk the processes. Once again, why? Because then you'll be closer to the truth. And when you walk the process, zero recommendations. You don't do a Gemba walk to fix things. No, you go as a student. You listen to the experts. You are not the expert. And you see processes. You go to Gemba to learn. You go to Gemba not to give recommendations to show off, so everybody knows how smart you are. Even if you are the smartest person in this room, you don't know as much as that operator that probably studied 1% of what you have studied. The operator is there, touching the machine, touching the material. Are you guys following me? Go to Gemba, pen and paper, observe, respectfully ask questions. And if you have to open up your mouth to things beyond questions, offer help, offer support. How can I help? And by the way, how can I help is one of the best ways to walk the process, because if you are part of the process, you reduce the negative interference. You reduce what we call Hawthorne effect. So the process will not change the behavior because you are observing. Important? Did you take note? Type OK if you are okay with Gemba walk. Type OK if you are okay with Gemba walk. Then we have a second step. Second step is subject matter expert analysis. What is this? SME. So let's suppose you are going to a mining company. And then you are talking to a driver, someone that is responsible to transport raw material from the extraction to the place where this is processed. Or you are on a bank, and you are talking to the person that manages transactions above a certain amount of money. Regardless the nature of the process, you need to claim, you need to ask, you need somehow to connect to those people. Many times it's better to be kind than to be right. You must be good with people. If you want to be a good black belt or a good problem solver or a good root cause analyst, you must be good with people. And it implies many times in not correcting them. Are you guys following me? Type yes if you are following me. Many times you will see things that you know that are not right, but you manage the correction of the problem in a way that you respect the person, because many times he or she is making mistakes without being aware that they are making mistakes. This is one side. Another side is, once again, they know much more than us. So, if you position yourself as the smartest expert, the one that knows everything, arrogant, because you are a vice president or because you are a master black belt or because you will have problems in truly connecting to the SMEs. Just be hungry and humble, as Steve Jobs said. Show respect. And in my opinion, I am a huge fan of Brené Brown. She talks a lot about vulnerability. Yeah, vulnerability. So, for example, I have something to tell you guys. In 2005, maybe, almost 20 years ago, Marcelo Fernandes from Brazil, myself, I made a decision at the plant of São José dos Campos in Brazil, working for Philips, the multinational company, the largest TV manufacturer, in fact, cathode ray tube, CRT manufacturer in the globe. I was responsible for, they called quality income control for all the suppliers, more than 1,000 suppliers. I was the responsible for the quality of those suppliers. I made a decision to run a pilot with a larger sample, and because of this wrong decision that I made, I stopped the production line. We had so many implosions in the oven that we had to turn the oven off. 20,000 CRTs. 20,000. We lost 20,000 CRTs because of my decision. I made this mistake. I've learned a lot from that. But I want to tell you guys that in my life, I am a doctor. I hold a PhD. I am one of the 3 Master Black Belts by ASQ in Latin America. I'm a Minitab official trainer, but I have to tell you something. I made a decision in my career that ended up losing 20,000 CRTs. I learned from that, but I made this mistake. This is real, guys. This is real. I almost lost my job. When I tell you this mistake from the bottom of your heart, do you feel more connected to me or less connected? Type here. You feel more connected. Wow, Marcelo, tell me more. Tell me more. I like you. I like you. When I tell this mistake, you feel more connected to me or you feel less connected? Yeah? More connected. more connected. And why more connected? Because we are humans. We are humans. Yes, we make mistakes. Believe me, if you understand that you need to hide all your mistakes, that you need to position yourself as someone that is unbreakable, as someone that doesn't never makes mistake, people know that this is fake. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. If I position myself here saying that, because I hold a PhD, but I have many papers, blah, 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 so what? So what? So, Marcelo, wow, wow. Perfect, professor. It disconnects. It's boring. It is arrogant. It is arrogant. And then you disconnect. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, please, when you go to Gemba, respect people, connect to people, and find a way to build alliances that are as strong as possible. Because when you do that, SMEs will start opening up their hearts with you. So you will be assessing information that you cannot find anywhere. There is no book, no course that can provide information that is so specific, so rich about processes than SMEs. And an SME can be an operator, can be an analyst, can be a supervisor. It is a very senior professional that is touching the process for a long time. This is more valuable than 5 PhDs. If you have a strong connection to one operator, sometimes what one operator can tell you, it is more than holding 5 PhDs. Are you guys following me? So please be humble, be hungry, and connect to those people in a way that you can truly build strong and real alliance, so they trust you, because then they will be indicating to you the potential causes. They will be indicating to you the potential causes, and based on that we will be prioritizing the potential causes. So it is like, okay, we have a catapult. Interesting. Very interesting. We have a catapult. Okay. We have a catapult. Interesting. So the first thing I need to do is to walk and go to Gemba. Let's go to Gemba. And then let's suppose I find Daniel, a very special person that was here at my house. Daniel, you are the son of let's say Daniel is a close friend, and it's a family member. It's a family member. It's a true family member. He came here to visit our son with Dani and Daniel, his mother. And we are right now living one of the most special moments in our lives, because we have Arthur that has just turned into 5 months. Time flies. And then let's suppose Daniel Amaral is the expert in catapult. He is the expert in catapult. So if I have a strong connection with Daniel, I can simply ask Daniel, hey Daniel, I find very interesting this catapult. You can start a conversation like that. Oh, this is very interesting. For how long have you been, operating, working, with this catapult? Oh, wow, 5 years, 10 years. Oh, that's amazing. And then you can ask general questions. How many types of how many types of catapults there are, talk to me about, please, Daniel, can you talk to me, can you explain to me the difference between cup elevation and pin elevation? And then eventually Daniel can share with you that from his experience, out of these 5 factors, we have 5 factors. We have release angle, firing angle, cup elevation, pin elevation, bungee position. Eventually, Daniel can share with you that cup elevation and pin elevation are the 2 most important factors. Did you guys understand how powerful is that? Type yes if you understand that. I was in front of a system. I have a mission to solve this problem, because when customer tells me, a certain distance, I don't know what to change here. And then I found an SME, a subject matter expert, that is Daniel. And because of my connection with Daniel, he was able to tell me not only the potential factors, the potential causes, but also to prioritize. Out of these 5, we have two that are extremely critical: pin elevation and cup elevation. So when he narrows down the list of potential factors, he is giving me gold, pure gold, because I'm saving time, I'm saving energy, and increasing the chances of being more assertive. Okay, wonderful. So let's I'm gonna trust Daniel. I'm gonna trust Daniel. And now I'm gonna consider that I already have the prioritized potential causes. Yes? And then now I need, before I design my solutions, I need to apply some statistical techniques. Okay, DOE, design of experiments and desirability. Statistical techniques to validate what comes from Gemba. So we definitely want to validate what comes from professionals with numbers. This is very important. Type understood if you understood that. We go to Gemba, we respect people, we collect the VOE, voice of the employee, but before jumping to solutions, we must validate with data. There is no straight path from voice of the employee to action plan. This is amateur. This is being amateur. So from listening to the VOE, now we validate with data. And I know this is an introductory course, so please don't worry about software. Marcelo, tell me more about this software. You can use any software. Marcelo, I don't know nothing about DOE. At this point, I don't care. That's okay. That's okay if you don't know nothing about DOE. Just keep your focus here with me so you understand the principles. If you understand the principles, then later on you go for the technicalities of the tools and techniques. Okay, type clear if this is clear. Sometimes the VOE can come from a biased place, absolutely. Hence the need for data validation. Correct, Dylan. And and sometimes, Dylan, you have some sort of interesting correlation. Interesting correlation. The most experienced professionals, they can hold, some very solid conclusions that are wrong. That are wrong because they are making that for a long time and nobody corrected them. They naturally think that this is right. That this is right. Yeah, I have a very sad and terrible example to share with you guys. I don't know if you are seeing on TV like Brazilian soccer players, one in Spain, another one that did bad things in Italy, This situation with, unfortunately, many soccer players with women, so disrespectful. And these terrible situations, probably you guys know what I'm talking about. Many times when you see the players speaking up about their problems, they don't understand why they are being arrested. Because they are making these mistakes for so long and nobody corrected. Sometimes they go, the police, catch them, but then they are immediately released after they pay some amount of money. That unconsciously, those mistakes are not mistakes. And this is serious. This is serious. The equivalent of this problem in our world, in corporate world, is sometimes we are not adherent to the procedures, but audit, internal audit or external audit or client did not complain. So you think, wow, so it's all right. I know I am not adherent to the procedure, but because there was no penalty, there is no problem. But sometimes there is no penalty short term. There's no penalty now. But it always, there is always a bill that will come up to you at some point. At some point, it always pays off. Always, 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 always. Positively or negatively. Always. Always. There is no free lunch. Things have consequence. Cause and effect. Cause and effect. And why am I saying that? Because we need to validate with data. Because sometimes the opinion, the point of view of an expert is very, he or she speaks very confidently, speaks very clearly, but it is completely wrong. It is consistently wrong. Yeah, and this is bias. This is bias. Yeah? Yes, exactly. Beautiful. Yeah, wonderful. Is it eye-opening or is it too basic for you guys so far? Type eye-opening if this is eye-opening. So now I'm gonna open up a statistical software. I'm gonna run an analysis here for you, with you guys, live, okay, live, yeah, and let's understand, let's validate, the root causes. Yes, eye-opening, wonderful. So I have here Minitab. Minitab is by far the most popular statistical software in the planet. And again, you can use any other software. Don't feel obligated to use, it's not mandatory to use Minitab. You can use any other software, okay? My favorite one is Minitab, not because I am a partner, but because I am a user of Minitab for more than 20 years, and it is the most popular statistical software in the planet, okay? Wonderful. So I'm gonna run here a DOE, and again, don't worry about the technicalities. Please, ladies and gentlemen, don't worry about the technicalities. I'm gonna put a factor here that is cup, elevation, and another one is pin elevation, okay? So cup elevation, take a look here. Cup elevation varies from 200 to 300, okay? So from 200 to 300. And pin elevation varies from 100 to 200, okay? From 100 to 200. Yeah, I'm gonna de-randomize here just because of just so you can understand the array, okay? But in real life we should never de-randomize, okay? So what are we doing here? Minitab, don't worry about this, please worry about these two columns, okay? Minitab is proposing a certain number of what we call experimental conditions. Yeah, in fact, a number of experiments. Minitab is saying, hey, Marcelo, you should set cup elevation at 215 and pin elevation at 115, and then you measure distance. You should set cup elevation at 285 and pin elevation at 115, and then you measure distance. Are you guys following me? Marcelo, but this is trial and error. This is trial and error. No. Because we have a set of experiments here, but they are very well organized, and on top of that, the levels, the settings were strategically defined, mathematically defined, so you can cover an important investigation area, so you will be learning a lot. The amount of knowledge that we will extract from these experiments here is brutal. Minitab will give a non-linear model, an equation. Minitab will give an equation. So if you have a model in hands, you can predict process performance. And then we can go to action plan. And then we may be prepared to receive requests from customers. Okay, customer, do you want on the 250? Okay, I know what to do in my process to reach 250. Oh, you want 350? I know. Now I know because I have modeled my process. Based on the voice of the employee, yes, but validated with data, yes? Let's go for that. From 0 to 10, how eye-opening is being that? From 0 to 10, how eye-opening is being that? Yeah, wonderful. So let's go for that. Let's go for that. Now we have a series of experiments and we need to do this for hands, okay? So please let me know if I am collecting here the right data, okay? We are doing this together. So let's come here. The first one, 215, 115. 215 and 115. 215, 115. Boom. What's the distance? Ladies and gentlemen, you tell me what's the distance? I am seeing 203. I am seeing 203. That's the distance. So we have x1, x2, and here we have y. Yes? 203. Now let's go for 285, 115. 285 and 115. Then we have here 298. 298. right? 298. And then we have 215, 185. 215 and 185. Two seven nine, right? Then 285, 185. 285 and 185. Boom. Four one six. Then we have 200 and 150. 200 and 150. Two one two. Then we have 300 and 150. 300 and 150. $363, I would say. 363. Then we have 250 and 100. 250 and 100. $250 and 100, and then we have 226, I would say. 226. And if you are into continuous improvement, you know that there is a huge opportunity here for MSA, Measurement System Analysis, repeatability and reproducibility. Yeah. So we are almost there. 250 and 200. 250 and 200. Boom. Then we have here 364. 364, right? And then we have here a series of 5 identical experiments. Yeah, we call this center point. Again, at this moment, you don't need to worry about the technicalities, just to know 250 and 150. 250 and 150. Boom. I would say 287. 287. Question for you. If I fire with the same settings, the results in real life should be the same, right? If I fire with the same settings, 250 and 150, in reality, the results should be the same, right or wrong? What do you think? Right or wrong? Not the same. Not the same, because in this planet we have variation, process variation. So one of the coolest things about this catapult from Sigma Zone is that they emulate what we call stochastic behavior, the probabilistic behavior, the variation, the variability that is present, yeah, in any place. If I have those vitamins, I have some vitamins here Yeah, apparently they are the same, but they are not exactly the same in terms of weight, in terms of dimensions. Yeah, diameter, the cross-sectional area, they are not exactly the same. There is some level of variation, and we hope that this variation is within customer specification limits. Yeah, so that's why we need to manage variation. So let's have a sense here of the variation in the center point. Let me fire with the very same settings. Yeah, then we have here, oh, interesting, interesting. I think I see a 300 here. I see a 300. Yeah, 300. And then I can fire again. And then we have, you guys tell me, 293, right? 293. We are almost there. Then we have 298. 298. And then we have 302. 302. Guys, once again, don't worry about these technicalities here. What kind of regression? How did we find the model? Are we using least squares method? Don't worry about that right now. Just know that with a certain number of rows with x's and y, we can build an equation. Type OK. Yeah, type OK if you understand that. So let me find this equation. Let me find this equation. So now I have here a formula that says distance equals minus a constant, a certain coefficient, times cup elevation, minus another coefficient times pin elevation, minus another coefficient times cup meaning cup power 2, cup squared, yes, plus another coefficient pin squared, and plus another coefficient cups times pin. That is what we call interaction. So once again, some people call this a nonlinear model. Some people just call this a quadratic model. It's a polynomial model with quadratic terms. Yes, but once again, for you to understand the principles, just know that there are statistical techniques like the OE design of experiments, where we can run a series of organized experiments to validate or to reject the voice of the employee. Are you guys following me? Yes, type yes if you are following me. Just that. One of the ways to know if this model is good or not is the famous R squared. Yeah, so this number here, 99.31%, this number here indicates that initially we can explain distance. 99.31% of distance can be explained, distance phenomena, distance behavior, distance variation can be explained by pin elevation and cup elevation. So normally we celebrate, we very much celebrate an R squared like that. There is also the standard deviation of the model, R squared adjusted that considers degrees of freedom, and R squared predicted that considers the prediction of one data point. But these are technicalities that at this point, you don't need to worry very much about, okay? Yes, Andrew, see, distances are varying, right? Take a look here. From 0 to 10, how much do you guys understand that distance is varying? 203, sometimes 298, sometimes 279, sometimes 416, sometimes 212, sometimes 363, yes? So 99% of this variation here, can be explained by these two factors. Because remember that as investigators, as root cause analysts, as black belts, we are crazy about understanding variation. Why is it happening? Why sometimes this person is happy, sometimes is unhappy? Why does this machine sometimes break down and sometimes operates okay? Why does this operator sometimes operates fast, sometimes operates slowly? You know, we are crazy about understanding variation. Why? Because then we can prepare ourselves up front so we can predict. If we can predict we can predict, and so we can prepare up front, you know? And preparing ourselves up front in terms of material, machine, manpower, in terms of environment, methods, it means management. A good manager has predictability over their processes. A good manager can predict process performance. Yes, Dylan, perfect. Okay, now what's the $1 million question? The $1 million question right now is, okay, Marcelo, I see that you have a model, but let's test this model. Whoa, let's test this model. Whoa. Now we have a response optimizer where we can set a target. So let's suppose you guys are our customer. Tell me a target. Tell me a number from, I would say on the scale from maybe, this is important. All models are valid, in this, what we call image. So let's say, what's the lowest value? 203. Interesting. So any value from 203 up to 406. So anywhere from 200 to 400. Type here for me. So let me write down 5 numbers, okay? So let's see, 300. Let me see, Crystal said 280. Juf said 355. I need to pick the one from Daniel. 300, Daniel. Let's check that. Yeah, 420 is out of our investigation. We call this image, yes? So let's say 364 and another one that is 390. So let's check these 5. Question for you: based on this model, do you expect to see a perfect reach? Do you guys expect, for example, 300, do you expect us to set the catapult and reach and fire exactly on 300? Yes or not? No. Professor George Box, all models are wrong. Some are useful. Some are useful. So we need to operate with a margin of error. Who remembers what's the margin of error from customer? Plus or minus? Plus or minus? Plus or minus 30. Plus or minus 30. So for the first shot, for the first fire, 300 plus or minus 30. So we expect to see the table tennis ball reaching, anywhere from 270 to 330. Let's see. Live. Let's see live. Who is anxious? Who is anxious? Who is excited, in fact? Let's test. Let's test this model right now. Let's test this model. Yeah? So, optimizer, let's test for 300. Let's test for 300. Yeah? And let's hit OK. And when we hit OK, what Minitab is saying is that we should expect with 95%, let's say confidence. It's not exactly confidence, but with 95% chance for us to be right, anywhere from 280.92 to 319.08. Whoa, there's 5% chance that we are wrong. But if we set, let me put here just like no decimal places. If we set in 285 and 120, if we set in 285 and 120 and 120, we should fall anywhere between 281 and 319. Yes, did you guys understand that? We have mapped out our processes, we talked to the experts, we walked the processes, talked to the experts, found a list of potential causes, then Daniel helped us to prioritize to the most critical factors. Based on these factors, we not only validated that they impact distance, but also we found a model. So now we can propose improvements. Yeah? And then let's see right now. Make some noise. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Is 298 within the interval? Oh yes, very much. 298 is very much so within the interval. So our customer pays $100,000 for us. So we have, take a look, we have wasted 2 fires at the beginning, so minus 20K. We have ran a DOE, so we have spent with the DOE 130K, so we are 150K negative. We have fired now, so 160K negative. But now we got our first revenue. Our customer paid us $100,000. Wonderful. So our balance is still minus 60. So let's see right now. Let's fire again. Our customer requested 280. So I come to my mathematical model. Yeah, I put 280, right? I put 280, and then based on our model, on our mathematical model, they are recommending that we put here on 284 and 108. 284 and 108. 108, right? Is that right, guys? 108. Yes, 108 to 84. Let's see if we get anywhere between anywhere around 280 plus or minus 30. 280 plus or minus 30. Come on, make some noise. Make some noise. And then our balance now is positive 30K. We were negative 60K. So we won 100K from our customers and we spent $10,000 more. Yes? Let's go to our 30. To our 30 shot that is 3 to 5. 3 to 5. 3 to 5. 3 to 5. Can you guys see here? 3 to 5. Then we have 2 to 9 and 200. 2 to 9. 2 to 9 and 200. So anywhere around 3 to 5. Anywhere around 3 to 5. Come on. Make some noise. And then we got 90K more. Now our balance is $120,000 positive. $120,000 perfect. This is not magic. This is science. This is pure science. Pure science. Okay? Let's go to the fourth shot. 364. 364. 364. 364. Then we have 248 and 200. 248 and 200. 248 and 200. Let's see. Anywhere around 364. Anywhere around 364. Come on, make some noise, because the interval is from 344 to 384. So it is within 344 and 384. So 9K more. So now our balance is 210K. Yes, and the last shot, the last fire is for 390. 390. 390. Then we have 261 and 200. 261 and 200. 261. Yoo-hoo. Whoa. 261 and 200, right? Beautiful. Let's see. Last shot, last fire, around 390. Come on. Ho, 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 ho. Whoa. Since it is plus or minus 30, 390, it would be from 360 to 420. Ladies and gentlemen, this is science. Ladies and gentlemen, using techniques like this, I've built my career. Ladies and gentlemen, using techniques like that, I have built a family. I have traveled the entire world. Using those techniques, I have promoted a revolution in my professional career. Using these techniques, more than 100,000 students in 108 countries already lived some sort of transformation in their careers. I truly hope you have enjoyed our session number 1 of the Black Belt Week, this event that helps you understanding the power of root cause analysis Today we have talked about Gemba Walk, the importance of connecting to the SME, identifying potential cause, prioritizing potential cause, and using statistical techniques to validate root causes and also to predict process performance. If you understood the principles behind the things that I have showed here, you have already suffered some sort of positive transformation. If you feel that you already see things differently, type here for me transformed. If you feel that with the content that I have presented today, you already see things in your work tomorrow, you see things differently, type here for me transformed. Okay? Because that's our mission. That's our mission. Because by seeing things differently, this is the first step to promote a true revolution in your career. I don't want anyone here anxious because you have one source of income. I don't want anyone here anxious because you have a psychopath boss. I don't want anyone anxious here because you are suffering in the place where you are working for. So if you learn techniques like that, your employability will explode. 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 You will put your professional career at levels that maybe you have never dreamed about. If you master those techniques, you can truly change your professional life and as a consequence to positively impact your personal life for you, for your loved ones, for your family. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Marcelo Fernandez, and it was a pleasure to spend the time that we have spent here today. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on session 2 so we can continue this positive transformation. If I may ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also to give us a thumbs up, this session will be available for a very short period of time. I'll keep the recording, the replay available here for a very short period of time. So if you want to invite a colleague, a co-worker, a family member, a friend, please do so. Go ahead and share this link, and so the person can watch the replay and come live tomorrow for session number 2, because session number 2 is by far the most important session, because tomorrow we will be covering up the entire framework. Tomorrow is the day to get the full picture. Tomorrow is by far the most important session. You guys must be here with me tomorrow, okay? I know it's natural to shrink down the number of participants because I am getting only the best. I want on purpose to eliminate just curious people. They will just abandon the journey. But I know that the best ones, they never abandon the journey, in the middle of the way. So I know that I'll have tomorrow only the best ones. And I truly hope that you understand the importance of learning those things. If you want to follow me on LinkedIn, I'll be honored, if you can point your cell phone to this QR code. I'll be very happy, I'll be very honored to have you as a connection on LinkedIn, or you can simply search me as Marcelo Machado Fernandez. And once again, thank you so very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thank you so very much for my support team as well. Carlos Nunes, Gabi, Maria Alice. Thank you so very much, Alexandre Fonseca. Thank you so very much, Lara. that is here live with us as part of my support team. It's impossible to run an event by this size with this number of people here without an amazing team. So please, kudos to MF OPEX support team. Without you guys, I would never be able to impact so many lives as we are impacting. Okay? See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Bye bye.